Take a dingy and dusty garage floor and transform it into an easy-to-clean, showroom-like space using RUST-OLEUM Epoxy Shield garage floor coating. This video shows you how to tackle this project from start to finish. Before you begin, you'll need to check for any moisture issues with your concrete, as this can affect the effectiveness and success of the coating. To do this, securely tape vapor barrier or plastic sheeting securely to the floor and leave it for 24 hours. If there's any moisture-like condensation seen underneath the barrier after the wait time, use RUST-OLEUM Moisture Stop before completing your garage floor. To start this project, move everything out that's on the floor. The project takes a few days to complete, so be sure you put everything away safely. Be sure to gather all of your materials ahead of time. Then start by sweeping away any dust or debris. Use a wire brush to remove any grease stains or stubborn residue. Then, using protective eyewear and gloves, add RUST-OLEUM cleaner and degreaser into a bucket, and then add 1 gallon of water to dilute it. You can use the full strength of this formula if you have any very stubborn stains by pouring the solution directly onto the floor from the bottle. Working in sections, pour the cleaner directly onto the floor. Then, use a scrub brush to work it into the surface. After the floor has been thoroughly washed, rinse away any cleaning solution. Be sure to remove any remaining suds. Use a squeegee to push out any remaining water. Next, you'll want to remove the concrete etch pouch from the Epoxy Shield floor coating kit. Add the entire contents of the pouch to 2 gallons of water. You'll want the floor to be just wet when you start the etching process, but you don't want any puddles or standing water. Working in 10-foot by 10-foot sections, sprinkle the concrete etch onto the floor. Use a scrub brush and some elbow grease to work it into the surface. Make sure the areas you're scrubbing stay wet through this process. You'll need to rinse each section before you move on to the next one. Then, repeat this process until the entire garage floor has been etched. Then, thoroughly rinse the etch off the floor. Squeegee out any excess water so no puddles form. Once the entire floor has been etched, rinse the floor one last time and push out any remaining water. Now, you'll need to let the floor completely dry for 24 hours before continuing. It's time to repair any cracks or holes in the concrete. RUST-OLEUM Patch and Repair is a great solution for filling in any small cracks or divots in the floor. It's a 2-part epoxy that creates a material stronger than even concrete. Before you get started, be sure to remove any remaining dirt and debris from the cracks. You'll need a clean piece of cardboard and a putty knife to mix the 2 parts together. Mix the 2 parts of epoxy using 2 parts of the base, labeled B, with 1 part of the activator, labeled A. Mix only what you'll use in 20 to 30 minutes because the epoxy will harden and you don't want to waste it. Mix the 2 parts together until it has a gray color and putty-like consistency. Try not to allow any mixing within the separate containers. Spread the epoxy evenly on any places that need repairing. You'll use the putty knife to level and smooth it all out. Make sure you check and patch any problem areas. When you're done, let the patching cure. All of the cracks have been repaired. You're ready to coat the floor with RUST-OLEUM Epoxy Shield garage floor coating. Be sure you have everything you need for this next step because it is time sensitive. Remove the 2-part epoxy pouch from the kit. Thoroughly mix the pouch by shaking it back and forth and squeezing each side. Place the pouch on the ground and roll the side labeled part B towards the side labeled part A, like you're rolling a tube of toothpaste. This will cause the middle seal to burst so that the 2 parts can mix together. Then, mix the pouch again, squeezing the corners to evenly distribute the epoxy for 2 to 3 minutes. Once the epoxy is mixed, you'll need to wait the required induction time depending on the air temperature. Temperature charts for the induction time are included in the kit. When the epoxy is ready, pour it into a paint tray. The epoxy must be used within a certain amount of time, which is its pot life, and depends on the air temperature. Then, starting from the back of the garage, use a chip brush to cut in the edges of a 4-foot by 4-foot section. This will allow you to avoid getting paint on your walls. Then, use a good quality 3/8" nap roller to roll the epoxy shield onto the floor. Continue cutting in and rolling on the epoxy shield across the back wall. Maintain a wet edge to prevent any gloss difference. As each 4x4 section is complete, add the decorative color chips that were included in the kit by tossing them into the air and letting them fall evenly onto the wet coating. Continue coating the floor and adding the chips, working from the back of the garage forward until the entire floor is coated. and then allow the floor to dry for 24 hours before moving on to the final top coat. Adding the Epoxy Shield Premium Clear Top Coat isn't necessary, but it will extend the life of your coating and provide 15 times more durability. It will add one more step and an extra day of dry time, but the extra work is well worth it. Remove the clear finish pouch from the kit and thoroughly mix it, shaking it back and forth and kneading each side. Place the pouch on the ground and roll the side labeled Part A towards the side labeled Part B. This will burst the middle seal so that the two parts will mix together. Mix the pouch again, kneading the corners to evenly distribute the epoxy for 2 to 3 minutes. Cut the corner of the pouch and slowly pour the mixed clear top coat into a clean bucket. Next, remove the anti-skid additive from the kit and thoroughly mix it into the top coat using the enclosed stir stick. The anti-skid creates a barefoot-friendly anti-slip finish on the floor. Transfer the mixture to a tray and trim in the edges, working in 4x4 sections. Then, roll on the top coat evenly using a W or M pattern. Be sure to maintain a wet edge as you move from one section to the next to prevent any gloss differences. Continue this process, working from the back of the garage forward. Once finished, the floor will be ready for light foot traffic in just 10 hours. For heavier foot traffic, wait 24 hours, and for vehicle traffic, allow 3 days. Now you can sit back, relax, and enjoy your great-looking and durable garage floor.